All right, we are live. Now we are. All right. Hey, everyone. We are live. It's the Jimmy and Joe show where we talk about the mortgage and real estate industry and mover and shakers in the industry. So we have an amazing guest today. We are bringing you some super knowledge today. We have an amazing guest, the CEO of EXIT Realty, Tami Bonnell, and Jimmy and Tami know each other pretty well. So what I was going to do in this one is I'm going to turn it over to Jimmy here to do our really good intro, and take it away, Jimmy.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I want to introduce Tami Bonnell, CEO of EXIT Corp International, somebody I've had the pleasure of knowing and learning from for more than 20 years. Tami is a 30-year industry veteran, probably more than that. She spends a lot of time on the road, really pre-pandemic, and we're really excited to have you here today, Tami. Thank you.
My pleasure.
We wanted to kind of dig into some of your mindset. And, one of the things I was thinking about, yesterday as we're putting this together is, for somebody that has been on the road normally over 300 days a year and has really made a life out of traveling and being omnipresent and being in so many cities and really connecting with all of the real estate brokers and agents, part of EXIT, and being a big part of the real estate community, how have you adapted to this pandemic, and how have you led, your people in this pandemic, and has there been a silver lining to it?
There's been a few silver linings. First, it was one heck of an adjustment when it first started. And so I reached out to everyone personally, all of our brokers, all of our regional owners, to see how they were holding up and how they were handling everything. And they were doing incredibly well. They were handling things with incredible grace. And it's always surprising to me, the ones that struggle and the ones that really can take the ball and run with it. But I found the thing that helped me more than anything is that I have a morning routine that I do regardless of whether I'm in a hotel or I'm at home. Mindset is 4 times as important as anything else you'll do. You have to be in the right headspace in order to grow, in order to build, in order to be able to connect. And so doing the affirmations in the morning and visualizing and meditating and exercising and reading and writing every single morning before anybody else is awake really does make a difference. So I'm in control of my day. And I felt like that was probably one of the biggest things from an adjustment standpoint. But as an organization, because we put people first always, that's how our company runs, people before profits. And so this entire organization was built on human potential. And so when we went through the recession, the worst recession since the Depression, we didn't lay anybody off. The only people that took a hit in pay were the people in leadership. And we said, we're going to outsell and outthink our way out of the recession. And we did. And when we did that, we actually created trust with our people. And so we actually, instead of laying off, 150, 300 people and laying them off in droves and doing an invisible Zoom call or just a broadcast email, we didn't lay off one single person. We launched our own stimulus package for our people worth in excess of $50 million within 48 hours. But the biggest difference here compared to the recession is they had so much trust in us because we did what we said we were going to do, that everybody raised their hand, even all the way down to the person answering the phone. Every single person, people in leadership, the trainers, everyone raised their hand and said, how can we be part of the solution? How can we help? And that made a huge difference. So we literally went live into everybody's home, every agent, broker, regional owner, daily. For the first couple of months, we went in daily and we did everything, meditation, studying, totally yoga, and all the things that they could do to ramp up and really excel doing their business. So that made a huge difference. For me personally, with everyone, it gave me an opportunity to have those personal conversations on the phone. When you go in somewhere live, you see as many people as you possibly can, but there's a lot of times when I'll speak 10 times in 3 days. And so you're just going from place to place to place to place. And so you don't really get that time to actually stop and really have that real long, in-depth conversation about really what's going on in their world and what their dreams are. And so that's been a really big silver lining. No doubt getting to be around family more has been a huge silver lining too.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. And I know Joe and I are also thankful to have that same people first philosophy with the company we're with. And it really made a difference for us going through the pandemic as well. So I really appreciate you sharing with that. What do you enjoy most about what you do?
My favorite part of my job, and I think that everybody has a lane, right? We're all good couples. I like to find something good in somebody all the time. So even if I catch them doing something good, or I just point them and show them something they didn't see in themselves, and it could be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees just in this angle, to just let them see something. You know what? If you actually kept rolling with this, you could really take it into something big. But sometimes it's stronger than that, right? Sometimes you have to adjust them and literally give them a 180 to have them see something. But when they really get it and they see something in themselves they didn't see, and they grow, and it literally changes the trajectory of them and their families, that's probably my favorite part of my job, no doubt.
Yeah, and without a doubt, it comes through. I mean, I've seen, many of you might have seen Tami on Facebook and LinkedIn doing her 45-minute talks about life and inspiration. Why did you start those? Because those are so powerful. They're nothing to do about anything but really things that are important. But why did you begin those?
2 reasons. One, you have to meet people where they are, right? And that's twofold, right? They're on LinkedIn and they're on Facebook so that I can meet them where they are, but I have to meet them emotionally where they are too, and in order to be able to reach out. And that to me meant more than anything else, of getting people to come back and say, I needed your message today, made it so that it was something to continue with. But it's really just making sure that they can see somebody. I can't emphasize enough how important video is for so many reasons. At first I had people saying, you should back up a little bit, you're getting a little older, or stuff like that. And you'd start laughing and being like, you know what, I am what I am. I am my age. And I think people really like that honesty. Sometimes you have a good hair day, sometimes you have a bad hair day. I think people like that honesty, that you're the real deal and you're not airbrushing yourself, and that all of us go through things in our life. And the more that you can, I think we all feel the best about ourselves when we do something we didn't know we could, and when we're helping other people. And so that, I hope, resonates with the messages. But even if it just, you don't know who it's going to touch, I guess that's really so much of it.
Yeah.
Well, you were authentic before authentic was cool. You really are. It comes across really great.
People buy into that. People love that part of it. People love the authenticity, and they want to be able to feel like they know you. And video, when you come across video and try not to paint a picture that you're not, people just buy into that. People want that, and it's just, I've noticed it so much in this new world.
Yeah.
Well, I've witnessed Jimmy doing it too, right? And it's that human element that makes people feel like, well, if he can do it, maybe I can do it. And maybe that's something I can just add into my routine, or maybe that's something I can try. And I think a lot of times those small sound bites, it's kind of like that compound effect, right? I feel like we're just putting, I'm old enough, you guys aren't, but I'm old enough to remember passbook savings accounts, right? And so I couldn't wait to see the interest, because it was in a different color, and I would deposit money. I feel like my goal is to have a compound interest in people. And so if I'm just putting a little bit into their bank every day, and maybe it's their emotional bank today, or maybe it's their business bank, it just depends on where they're at.
Awesome. Well, one last question. We've known each other for a while, and I've had the pleasure of being mentored by you. And one of the things that you put inside my head, that getting inside and understanding somebody that you're looking to develop a relationship with, or even a potential prospect, it's a good idea to understand where they're coming from. And one of the things that you had talked to me about was, we talk about, painting a picture, paint me a picture, or wave a magic wand for me. And you've incorporated that into your sales to grow EXIT and to get to know more people. Can you tell me a little bit about that and the philosophy and how that's helped you over the years? Because I know it's helped me.
Sure. Well, I've had the privilege of breaking a few world records in sales, and there's nothing fancy about me. There's nothing special about me. And I can honestly say that I believe that the number one reason is because I do more homework on the person than I do on the product. And so I don't go out and say I'm going to sell ever. I say I'm going to go have a conversation, and I'm going to go add value to somebody's life, and we'll see if our business philosophies match. I never have stress. For anybody that has stress of going out and selling something, I never have stress, because I never think, oh gosh, I've got to get that sale, I've got to get this done. I go out to add value, and it doesn't matter if we never do business and I added value to your life. I'm going to add value. I'm going to find the right people that fit here. And so when you can ask enough effective questions to really find out what's important to somebody, help me understand, tell me more, paint the picture for me. If we would do more active listening than active speaking, I find a lot of people can't wait. They want to shove everything down your throat, and we have this, and we have this, and we have this, and this giant product dump, when really you've got to find out what's important to them. You guys know, because you're in the mortgage business and I'm in the real estate business, people move because of their circumstances, right? And that could be a mortgage originator, or it could be an agent or a broker, or it could be a buyer or a seller, but they move because of their circumstances. They're making more money, they're making less money, they're frustrated. And so I need to know what those circumstances are, so that I'm coming to the table being the solution. And so I only concentrate on that. I don't worry about, if you have enough conversations with enough people, you're going to make enough money, you're going to grow something, and you're going to really build something. Stop worrying so much about nailing the presentation, and worry more about building a relationship with that person in front of you. I think that you'll succeed, but you'll also have so much fuller of a life and so much fuller of a business. To me, that's the difference between happiness and fulfillment.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's really words to live by, not just in our field. It's something that more people need to understand.
Well, how often do we think about what we're going to say next instead of really actively listening to what's going on with a person? And, the pandemic especially, we've witnessed people really struggling. Some people have thrived. We've actually grown tremendously as a company during the pandemic, which is great. But that doesn't mean there aren't people that are having some issues along the way, or struggling because they just would really like a hug. They would really like to see somebody's face from here down. They would really like to have, have those connections. And so any way we can do something to really connect and communicate better, I think it will help everybody. People just want to matter.
That's true. I had a question for you. When we were talking offline, and you'd mentioned that you're an avid reader, I'm just curious, what's the book you're reading right now?
Actually, Matthew Kelly, Off Balance. I read about 300 books a year, but I am an information junkie, and I read very fast, and I love to read. But here's the reason that I think people should read. And I don't care if you listen to podcasts or you are listening to books rather than, listening to them on Audible rather than reading them. I like the feel of a book in my hands. But here's the only statistic you need to know. People that read on a regular basis in their lifetime make 9 times as much income as people that don't. So that would be just enough information for me to say, okay, this is probably a good idea. But no matter what your circumstances are, and I send out about 100 books a month, literally, and I can say that no matter what circumstances you're in right now, a book, surrounding yourself with somebody that makes you want to be better. We've all got to surround ourselves with people that want to make us be better or want to lift us up or push us. But sometimes you're in an environment where that's not really feasible right now. Maybe it's because you're sheltered in place, or you're in the middle of some sort of circumstances. But I can always pick up a book, and now I'm listening to Simon Sinek, and he's raising me up instead of listening to somebody that's pushing you in the opposite direction. We all have that opportunity just by picking up a book.
I agree. I love books too. I like to try. I'm not deer level yet, but I'm trying to read as many as I can and stay. And because I believe it, just so much knowledge comes to you. You got so many people with someone that have done so much research, and it's coming your way. It's just a good thing. So I wanted just to see what you were. I just made a quick note of that one, so I'm going to try to pick that one up.
Awesome. Well, Tami, I really appreciate you taking the time to share your knowledge and jump on our live broadcast this morning. And I hope you have a wonderful day and the rest of your week is good. And, God bless you and your family.
God bless you and yours. And it's really great to see you.
Thank you, Tami.
Thanks for coming on, Tami.
My pleasure.
Right.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Try to keep them short for you guys. As you know, we want to respect everybody's time. So you guys have an awesome day. Talk to you later.
Thank you.